All right, fam, what is up? We are back, another episode here on the JB Sports Network. I am your host, Stephen Rochelle. Down to the bottom is the big man himself, Mr. Ben Troop. And to my right, the man himself, JB. How are we feeling this morning, fellas?
We're doing great, guys. Welcome to the show.
Oh yeah, I'm always feeling good. Whenever I get to surf the internet, social media, and Philadelphia Eagles fans, Philadelphia Eagles players, they seem to piss everybody off. I don't know what they've done, what they said, but people are pissed off about everything. Howie Roseman, Gray, Saquon, Kellen Moore, Philly cheesesteak. I'm here for it all, man. I'm here for it all.
I'm going to just say this. No one likes us, and we don't care.
Hey, y'all got an anthem. It's like we don't like no. We barely like each other. You think we care about if they like us? No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what the Chiefs felt like the last handful of years, but like, man, it's just really weird. We're not allowed to roast pigs in likeness of Patrick Mahomes. People aren't allowed to use the permit as I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. We're devaluing the Super Bowls don't matter no more, I guess, anymore. So there's just so much. I mean, as we were talking off air, Slay's mentioned some things. Our boy Nolan Smith got into it with Emmanuel Ocho on social media, putting him in his place. He said he ain't taking no apologies, nothing, anything like that. It's an interesting time. The off season's always interesting. We're watching, Seattle Seahawks fans and Ravens fans getting on Eagles content creators, picking apart. Oh, you got 80,000 tweets. They're content creators. Of course they're going to tweet. They haven't cared for 10 years. What are we talking about?
I mean, but that's how you know you winning. You know you winning at life, man. All you're doing is filtering feedback. Like people are coming. Nolan Smith reached out to Emmanuel Acho. Emmanuel Acho, Emmanuel Acho does a good job. But when you're in the world of sensationalized media, I don't do that. And this is why. Emmanuel Acho, I think he is of Nigerian descent. He's from Texas. He went to Texas, and unfortunately, grew up a Cowboys fan. So when he says things like the Cowboys are an off-season away, unless God himself is in the 2025 draft, the Cowboys are not an off-season away. Jerry Jones wants all the credit. Jerry Jones wants to build a house, landscape the house, move into the house, do all the plumbing. No. Nolan, let me tell you this, Nolan. Don't waste your time talking to people like Emmanuel Acho because you validate them when you do that. Don't mention names individually. Not Stephen A, not Shannon Sharp, and I love all those guys. But Darius Slay said the best. So I see what the Kansas City Chiefs feel like. Everybody hating on us. Irrelevant Super Bowls. Like we only everyday working class, dumb as hell people say that. What is an irrelevant Super Bowl? I get it. That's what Dallas Cowboys call the Super Bowl because they're not going. It's irrelevant because we're not going. No, the Philadelphia Eagles did what a lot of us either agreed and thought they would do or didn't. They shut that train down. They shut that dynasty down, and now they're talking dynasty. Well, let me say this. I don't say the Eagles are talking dynasty. People are talking dynasty. So, man, Steven, I love it. I'm here for it because the thing about it is, and I mean this humbly, if you've never done anything of significance in your life, and I'm talking about something extremely hard, you don't understand or appreciate when someone else does it. You go, oh man, that ain't nothing, man. They just beat Kansas City. No. Jalen Hurts said the best. He said the first time we played Kansas City, it just wasn't our time. Yes, we hate that we lost. It was our time. And I think and I love Saquon, I love Jalen Carter, you know what I'm saying? I love AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. I mean, I love all the characters. The one that makes it go is Jalen. Because like Jalen, I mean, I put it out on I think IG. Saquon was asking Jalen something about like during the offseason last year, doing like training camp. So he said, "Do you fear stuff, man? Like, do you fear stuff?" He like, yeah. He said, "But I'm still fearless." He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have some doubts here and there." He said, "But I'm him now. Like, I don't prepare the way I prepare to doubt myself when the lights are the brightest. I don't do that because it ain't no time to do so." Nolan, Darius, Jalen, and shout out to Saquon, man. Picked up that ball, boy. And to me, golly, man, that's what makes Saquon. It's like regular season Saquon about to break a record for most rushing yards in a game by him or something. Sirianni comes to him, and man, put the young boys in. Last game of the year, he can break Eric Dickerson record. I'm cool. It's all good. He's walking through the parade. Number one, if Saquon was, and I mean, if Saquon was drinking, he wasn't drunk yet. He wasn't drunk yet because he was walking and he saw the ball boy. Now think about that. That ball boy has probably been telling his family how great of a person Saquon Barkley is. He's the greatest, and he sees him and he picks him up. It's basically the ball boy trying to explain, "Hey man, they told me I can't." What? Man, come here. Saquon Barkley bear hugs you and pulls you over a barrier. I don't care who you are. You with me. Right? To me, that's what stood. A lot of things was incredible about the parade, by the way. But the fan interaction with the players was beautiful because they was like, "Look, dude, we really love y'all, appreciate y'all." But that was the Saquon ball boy moment was the one that stood out the most to me.
I'm surprised you didn't bring up your boy Nolan Smith picking up the kid, putting him on
around. Hold on. So let me tell you. Okay, so Nolan. He did have that moment. I said
he was going. I think it was between him, Trevor Keegan, the kid from Michigan, and who else was it? Oh, Q. Dude, Bradbury had to save Q from a reporter, man.
Hey, look, I'm trying to tell you. I will say this, man. I've never won no Super Bowls. I was blessed enough to make it to the playoffs. To me, that's the moment, right? When people say, you won the Super Bowl. You got the actual Super Bowl. The game was over. The confetti is coming down. It's great. You're doing the Snow Angels. Mekhi Becton sitting on the ground with his little boy sitting in front of him, just looking up like. Just Jalen Hurts hugging his dad, having that moment. Devonta Smith going up to Jalen Hurts. He can't even console himself. He's like, dude.
He was a mess. He was a mess.
Dude, he kept saying, and I like how Jalen probably wanted to cry, but he like, "Look, boy, you taking my tears." It's like he's saying, "You said we would, right? You said," like, "Yeah, man, I told you. Like, I got you." It's like, and then when you start seeing all these moments and things of that nature, I think that the icing on the cake is the parade because that's the only time everybody, lets their hair down. I mean, from the owner to the GM, ain't nobody out there corporate. This ain't no she moment, man. We out here to have. Listen, this is the one time you can get away with doing things that you probably go to jail for. That day. Now that's it. Now after that day,
you're right. Because if I remember, Nolan got a police escort back to the bus.
But for a city like Philly that lives and dies with their sports teams, y'all live and die with them. Y'all live and die with them because y'all ride or die with them. It's not like, "Hey, dude, no, I'm from Philly. Who you root for?" Didn't I just tell you I'm from Philly? What you mean who I root? No, I don't do that. I'm from Philly. I root for Philadelphia teams. Period. I don't like to the people that's from Philly that root for teams outside of Philly. May God help y'all, bless y'all, because y'all life got to be the roughest. Family reunions, birthdays, people like, "Dude, were you still doing that?" Now, some of them, if you root for Pittsburgh, you might get a small out, very small, but no. Shout out to them Birds, man, because we don't know none of them. Like, I've met Darius Slay one time in person. I've interviewed Nolan Smith one time in person. I don't know these people. But the more you see athletes, it's like we know them. I be speaking about Saquon like I've met him, never met him. But what he did for the ball boy, that's something I would.
You mentioned that, but do you remember him giving up his mic time after the parade for one of the Eagles fans that got injured in the New Orleans attack?
Man, so you're saying Saquon did that?
Yeah, he basically said 2 words and then brought the fan up.
Saquon just gets it. Like, I think
he just
Saquon
gets life, period.
Yeah, I think Saquon understands that. Look, man, I'm only here for others. Like I've been celebrated for so long. Penn State. I'm from New York. Went to Penn State. Came back to New York, getting drafted. Now I'm in Philly. It's almost like he's saying, man, I'd rather my moments be bigger than me. And I'm gonna bring somebody else up from, man. That fan is probably like, you're gonna come on. And think about the ball boy and the fan. They weren't in the position to say no to Saquon. They can tell somebody else. No, Saquon's like, come on. All right. Well, the ball boy got picked up. Yeah. And I just think that these alpha male personalities on these teams, and when I say alpha male, they just think a certain way to play a certain way. From AJ to Jalen to Saquon to Jalen Carter to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. All those dudes show you, man, I only do this because of who I play with. Look at these dudes I'm around. Like, look at these guys. I can't be the weak link in the chain, but they get to show their human side. I think every player relishes the opportunity to show, man, I am bigger than life when it comes to sport, but I am everyday life when it comes to people. And I don't think you make people like listen, who's ever going to play Saquon Barkley in a Hollywood movie, like the Saquon Barkley story, I just want to do like some voiceovers. I just want to be like, what if because you talking about a script. They told me I'm not good enough no more and with the Giants. The GM called me on the phone saying, hey, yo, Saquon. Yeah, what's up? Listen, man, we're going to let you. All right, cool. You can tell Saquon is looking at the phone like this. What? All right, cool. You're going to let me hit.
That's the funny thing about this team is, like, there's so many people you could write a story on. Jordan Mailata, not basically less than 5 years of playing football, is one of the best left tackles in the sport, and is now Super Bowl champion. He was a rugby player for you like 5 years ago,
and he is the best singer in the league. That is not.
No, man. Have you seen him on Masked Singer yet?
No.
Oh, my.
So when they did the Christmas album, and they're doing it. And Jason Kelce got the deeper voice, so he's doing the one part. When they get to Mailata, when they get to him and he really starts singing, Jason like, what the? It's almost like some of the most interesting people are athletes, and we get a chance to go in behind the scenes and see who they are, how they are, what makes them tick. Most of them are great husbands and family men and fathers, but some of them are willing to show you, man. Let me show you what Then I say, I play football, right? And I'm pretty freaking good at it. But let me show you what I really do. And next thing you know, they're, they got a farm. Or I remember back in the day when Von Miller named all his chickens after his team. It's like, well, they weird as hell, man. Like, but I think that's why people love them, because they're going, wait a minute, you do that too? Yeah, I like to sing. I like to sew. Because football is my career, but who I am, oh man, let me take you behind the scenes and kind of show you a little bit. And that's what I mean. I remember, God, I cannot think of his name right now. Went to Penn State. Aaron Maben, because Abdul Carter reminds me a lot of Aaron Maben. This is way back in the day. Aaron Maben was a painter, and so when he was on Hard Knocks, he was painting. I'm like, God dang, you painting for real, and I admire the stories that's happening in real time. Nick Sirianni is the most famous Italian man in Philadelphia. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's the most famous real character, because Sylvester Stallone is the most famous fictional character. You can never be bigger than that. But I will say this: when is the statue going up? Like, when is the statue of Jalen? Because Steven, it's got to go up. It's got to go up. So now, think about that. Think about that tradition, though. Meaning, if any other team starts putting up statues of people who aren't iconic, tear them down. Because AI got a statue in Philly where he's iconic. AI won an MVP. He's iconic, right? Nick Foles got his Super Bowl MVP. Now, the same guy, hey man, we got to give one to Jalen, which means I said it. Jalen he wants iconic status. He's already an icon in Philly. But here's the thing: when they win again and he gets another Super Bowl MVP, what do they give him? Like, because he's gonna already have a statue by then. What do they? Or do they wait? Because they gave Nick Foles heads, but then the next year he was in Jacksonville. Obviously, Jalen Hurts will be back. I want to see what they're gonna give the young man, and I want a representative of Saquon Barkley to go to the New York Football Giants headquarters, not Saquon, and just report outside. Like, listen, I'm reporting outside right now from Saquon Barkley. I just want to go inside the New York Football Giants facility. I want to ask, my name is so and so. I represent What the Hell Y'all Was Thinking magazine, or What the Hell Y'all Thinking Sports. We want to know what the hell was y'all thinking. I get players getting released. Saquon Barkley got released, and Luka Doncic is now a Laker. Sports is nuts. It is nuts. So
I think this offseason is going to be crazier too. I don't know if you heard some of the reports. I heard the Rams are shopping around Matt Stafford. They're trying to get into the top 5 in the draft this year. I'm like, what?
No, listen.
Please let the New York Giants be that stupid.
Listen. Let me tell you.
Please let the New York Giants be that stupid.
Roseman is the man. Shout out to that Florida guy. Roseman is best GM in sports right now, no doubt. If he gets Myles Garrett, it's over with. Listen to me. Listen, I am not, because I know it's probably Philly want him. I know No. What am I saying? Everybody wants Myles Garrett. What do you mean? Everybody.
Myles Garrett's 29 years old, and he averages 14 sacks a season. He has not seen a season under 10 sacks, I think, since his second year or something like that.
He averages 14 sacks for a team that's not good. Which means,
what are you gonna do when you put him on a good team?
Listen, Myles Garrett in green and white, and I mean this now, and I mean this humbly. Reggie White played for the Eagles. He ended up in Green Bay. Myles Garrett wearing green and white is cheating. It's not cheating in real life, but dude, you got Jalen?
I'm gonna say this. I already said it.
Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Miles. Because people say, "Well, Ben, why don't you say Sweat? Sweat gonna cost a lot of money. Sweat gonna cost."
Milton Williams getting paid. I guarantee right now, Milton Williams gets a bigger contract than Josh Sweat.
I think. Okay, people gonna say, "Who do you make a priority?" I said, "Okay, I think Milton Williams is a little bit more of a priority than Sweat." I'm gonna tell you why. Because here's the thing.
I like a mojo.
Yeah, well, Sweat made a lot of money in the freaking Super Bowl, man. I mean,
he's gonna be in the $12 million range at least.
Oh, he's gonna be up. No. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you what range he's gonna be in. Brian Burns.
Oh
Brian Burns got traded this offseason to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
He got old quarterback money. When the quarterbacks are getting that much, now they're giving them defensive end. Sweat is gonna demand, because the market. What does he have on his resume? Playoff resume, regular season resume, Super Bowl game resume. I want my money. And like I say, Howie Roseman, what makes him, Steven, is this. Dude, he is a magician when it comes to that salary cap. He is a magician.
You realize we're still paying for Carson Wentz right now?
Man, look. Listen, Carson Wentz. People, listen to me. Listen. Carson Wentz hates life. Number one, the first Super Bowl he won, he had to watch Nick Foles do it because he was hurt. People get hurt. Then it didn't work out in Philly, right? So he's gone. The second time he got to watch Philly win, it's the guy who backed him up. Again. So both backups. So Nick Foles backed him up, gone. Hey man, we're bringing this Jalen Hurts kid, second round pick. We don't think it's gonna pan out. So go ahead, Carson. Carson don't work out. All right, Jalen in. Jalen starts balling. Best winning percentage since they entered the National Football League, that would be Patrick Mahomes. Second best winning percentage, that would be Jalen Hurts. It's look, the man.
And not just that, he has the highest quarterback rating in the Super Bowl now. Like his QBR is the highest.
Which begs the question.
In 2 games.
Which begs the question. We know that Patrick Mahomes, arguably, to most people, best quarterback in football. And no one's really going to question that. Here's the real question. Who's the second best quarterback? And the reason why people got to stop and think, right? Because people got to say, it'll be, well, what are we judging that off of? Are we judging on regular season stats?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Because if that's the case, the second best player quarterback will be Lamar because he got the second best stats. They'll say, but Josh Allen won the MVP. Well, that was favoritism. They were talking about that before the season. And because he left no Stephon Diggs, you got rid of all these players, he still had the season that he had. I'm going to keep saying it. Jalen Hurts does what matters the most. He wins. See, all that other stuff is cute. All that other stuff is, hey, man, 41 touchdowns, 4 picks. Oh, man, I got 10 rushing touchdowns with 30 touchdowns with Josh Allen. Oh, Joe Burrow almost willed his team back to the playoffs. Jalen Hurts says, what can't Joe Burrow, what can't Lamar Jackson, and what can't Josh Allen do when it matters? Beat Patrick Mahomes. They can't do it. As of right now, they haven't shown it. Jalen Hurts says, I lost to him once, but I have outplayed him twice. Because if we win the first one, I'm MVP.
Actually, you forgot about the regular season game.
So for me, I'm gonna say this. From now on, people say, "Man, who's the top 5 quarterbacks?" I know who the top 2 are. Why? Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. Why? Because they was in the Super Bowl. Right? They in the Super Bowl, and Jalen Hurts got his big contract after the first Super Bowl. You better be lucky he ain't coming up on the contract right now. Oh, if he was if he was coming up right now, because a lot of times the quarterbacks get the money that they get based on when they get it and the position they play. You don't believe me? Why Trevor Lawrence got his money? Oh, we don't want to do this.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
I'm saying? I'm just and Trevor. Listen, and Trevor Lawrence might not be a Jag. They might be trying to shop him. Coach Liam Cohen. So for me, when you get to thinking about what Jalen Hurts is a disruptor. He disrupts everything. I'm not gonna be what y'all want me to be. I'm not gonna say what y'all want me to say. I play for Philly. We don't care. We don't care how y'all feel about it. We don't care if y'all like us. Because as much as the NFL won't say it, the NFL would love for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl because it validates all this coverage we give them. Jalen Hurts said, not while I'm here. They're not going to win. Not only are they not going to win, they're not even going to win the freaking East. Not while I'm here. Because now, the only team that got a shot to even compete in the East with us is in Washington. And they can't beat us. They're not going to beat us. So, I love Jalen Hurts for the fact that he's going to give you that $1 million smile. He's going to answer, he's going to give you the best sound bites in sports. But underneath it all, he's a demon. He don't, Jalen Hurts thinks just like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He just don't say it. Chauncey gonna tell you, I don't like you. I don't like none of y'all. I'm just put it out there. Jalen Hurts is respectfully disrespectful. That's what he is. Man, he's so respectful, but his game is so disrespectful. Because ultimately, that first touchdown, I said, ooh, they got a problem. They got a problem because Jalen Hurts is saying, dude, don't y'all know I could do 41 touchdowns and 4 picks if I wanted to? I could do that stuff. If I wanted to. I got A.J. Brown to understand, dude, we're going to win. A.J. Because here's the thing. People going to say, oh, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts sounds like Donovan McNabb, T.O. 2.0. People say why? And here's why. I love Donovan McNabb and I love T.O. I love him. Donovan McNabb went to Syracuse with a first-round pick. Incredible. T.O. went to UT Chattanooga with a third-round pick. Jalen Hurts went to Alabama. What are we talking about? He went to Alabama, straight out of high school, right, and was the starter. He was 26-2. And a guy named Tua came. He said, all right, cool. But let me tell you what he said when he got to the league. The last time I gave him my starting spot, I was in college. That's not happening no more. When I become the starter, I'm not going back to the bench. I'm not. Kenny Pickett got to play in the Super Bowl because the game was over. And he got to play it in his regular season because Jalen got hurt. I'm telling y'all, Jalen Hurts is a demon, man. He's a and he does it with so much style, and he just smooth with it. He got that smile. Like underneath it all, Jalen is the type of person you knock on his door, like, hey, man, we trying to sell some stuff. He'll say, oh, man, I would have bought some, man, but I'm doing my thing right now. So he slammed the door and go, get the hell out of here. I'm buying up for you. He ain't gonna show you that though. And that's what makes him him. In person, man, I'm dressed to the nines. I'm a professional. I'm a pro's pro. But underneath it all, I can squat 700 pounds. Like, what? I can squat. I ain't trying to start no stuff now, but they say he can squat more than Saquon. Now, Saquon says he can't, which I'm just saying, hey, 600 pounds of what? He just put on his, and he keep going with his workout. Listen. And to all you ladies out there, sorry, but y'all saw he kissed his lady after the game. That's his fiance, so y'all can. Ain't got that's his lady. I'm just saying. Hey man, I just think that for me, Steven, in a nutshell, when it comes to the Eagles is what the Eagles is what's great about sport. Because inside of Philly, all we need is each other, man. The city, the fans, the organization. We really don't care about none of that. Jalen Carter don't like nobody that don't wear green and white. Chauncey Gardner-Jones don't like nobody. AJ Brown hates every DB, including his teammates. He hates DBs, hates them. And
speaking of AJ, I gotta ask you this one. What is the craziest thing you've done with one of your game used uniforms?
One of my game.
There's a reason for this. I'll get to it in a second. Go ahead,
crazy. Okay. Man, now this is with a game worn jersey. So my rookie year, man. Listen, and I'm green. I'm naive. I ain't never got no tax. I ain't never filed no taxes before, like most of us have. So I don't know what an income tax check look like. So I get this letter. It got Department of Treasury on it. I'm like, what the hell? So I just listen. I look at it. I let it throw in the trash. I don't open it because I don't know what it is. Steven, listen, I don't know what it is. I'm like, Department of the Treasury. In my mind, I think, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm always thinking somebody watching me and what I'm like, oh hell, hold on. So I'm, and that's back when anthrax was all crazy. I'm like, they trying to give me the anthrax through the Department of the Treasury. Just crazy. It's crazy. I throw it in the trash. This is when I realized that my trash man go through my trash. Right? I throw it in the trash. I don't think nothing of that. About a month later, no, not even that. About a week later, I'm sorry. They get a call up in the front office. This is upstairs. Hey, True. Some dude called and said he got your income tax check. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I ain't got no income tax check. He goes, yeah. He said he got it. I go, what? Listen. He said, yeah, he's your trash man. I go, what the hell? You my trash man? And I'm thinking, how the hell? I'm not putting two and two together. Why would my trash man have my income tax check? This is what he did. He said he saw it, opened it up. It was great for like 50 grand. It was a lot. It was a lot of money. A lot. This is what he said. He said all he wants is a jersey. Like he said he gonna give it back to you, but all he wants is a jersey. I'm like, cool. So I was gonna get a jersey. Listen, I said, dang, I ain't got no. I said, do I got any game worn jerseys or whatever? Shout out to Joey, one of the equipment managers. He said, listen, True. He said, I give you the jersey, get to the dude. And when he was getting ready to give it to me, you know how like you trying to pull it, he won't let it go. And he kind of gave me this look like you gonna look out for me. I'm like, yeah, I got you. Steven, listen. I'm obviously the guy coming to my house every week to pick up my trash. I'm not gonna wait on the trash. Wait on the trash, man. Hold on. I invited him up to the facility. And I take it, I'm signing it. And listen, and for about 5 minutes, this dude couldn't talk. He like this. I'm like, sir, you all right? Like, because in my mind, I'm thinking, man, it's just a jersey. He see the dirt on it. Because he realized, he said, wait a minute, this thing got dirt on it, grass on it. He like, oh, game worn. And, hey, because with me, I'm the type to where I've given out jerseys or whatever. I've never did the whole wear your jersey for Halloween type stuff. But I did. Oh, craziness. One of my cousins had one of, I didn't even know he had a game worn jersey. People be going through your stuff when you ain't there. It's cool. Him and his girlfriend got really, really drunk. And and how I know they were drunk, he dressed her up. She's not gonna agree to wear my stuff. He said, look, my lady got your stuff on. I said, is she sleeping? No, yeah. You got your lady drunk and put my jersey on. He had to bought some pants and just weird, man. But yeah, I remember that when it comes to the
oh man.
I just remember the Department of Treasury, we started off real bad. Like because I can only because here's the thing. I asked the guy, hey man, honestly, like, why'd you give it back? Because this is what he said. He said, because I know you got cameras in front of your house, and I ain't want to. Mind you, I didn't. I didn't have no cameras in front of me. Wasn't no ring cameras or nothing like that, Stephen. But when I saw the check, I'm like, God damn. I said, man, thank you. I wanted to go get him another jersey. You want another jersey? I can go get you one shop. Get you one right now, but nah.
All right, so the reason why I was asked is because last night a tweet goes out. AJ Brown's girlfriend puts out a post, right? So this man went and bought a 6'2" mannequin to put his Game Wars Super Bowl gear on.
Listen, let me hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you how vain and incredible that is. AJ Brown, why is the mannequin swole like him? Why can't just be?
You know he found one like that, right?
Hold on. Which means he already had the mannequin. He already had that mannequin in his house. Amazon Prime, he ain't primed that. AJ Brown, wait a minute. Does AJ put stuff on the mannequin like to see what he gonna wear? Let me see how it's gonna look. I'm just saying, AJ.
I think you're right there. He probably does something like that.
But I will say this: has AJ Brown just started a new trend? Stephen, do me and you need to come up with a mannequin company?
Listen, I got too much stuff already, man. I got to find a way to get rid of some stuff.
Listen, I will.
I got a drawer over here. I think the count's at 20. I got 20 jerseys. I got to frame 20.
Man, listen. That's gonna be a new thing. Even though I'm not a Philly guy, I got to get Stephen a jersey of mine because I just want to be framed up. I don't care nothing about it.
I got your jersey. I just got to send it to you, brother. I went and bought one of your jerseys about a month ago.
Listen. I'm signing it. Let me tell y'all something that I don't care what no player says. They're lying. You never get used to people wanting your jersey and wanting stuff, and then they'll send you a video of it in their house to the point where if guys got a man cave, and I'm not getting nobody business, a lot of stuff happens in man caves. None of my business, right? Lies. And I can only imagine my jersey like, what the hell? But they're just looking at it. So, hey, AJ, listen, I appreciate. Let me tell you what it is. AJ's lady was like, bruh, are you finally gonna let me take a picture with it? Yeah. She said, now look, you're gonna have to get another one if you're gonna be using it for, your outfits. AJ Brown is a very, very unique individual for what he said about the reading. He said, I wasn't reading on the sideline to try to go viral. I read on the sideline, man, because I got to keep my mind calm. I got to keep it calm. And listen, I'm happy that a superstar player like him did it. I'm happy that it wasn't a backup player that people gonna try to ridicule. They try to ridicule AJ, but he AJ. I mean, you ain't gonna say it to his face. AJ Brown looks like he's ready to fight all the time, even though he's, but hey, AJ lady was like, now, this is what AJ's saying now. If other mannequins start popping up with people's jerseys on it, y'all are weird. Because y'all went out and y'all went to a store and said, hey, how much is the mannequin? You talking about the clothes on there? No. The mannequin. Please be staying out of these department stores. Don't be trying to holler at old girl that work at the department store so you can go in the back. You using her to get the mannequin. Girl, he don't want you. He want the mannequin. When you walk in somebody's house and somebody's house look like the front of a Foot Locker, man, stop it. I'm not, listen, my lady not going to let me get no mannequins. And what would I put on it? I mean, come on. And I got too many dogs. When my dogs are F that mannequin up. So I'm not. But shout out to AJ. That thing look good too. I ain't gonna lie. It look like how it man. That's nice.
So which one I want to talk about? His one right here. I don't know if you heard about the story last week, right?
No.
So Zach Bond, since the NFC Championship game, was wearing Bill Bergey's medallion. Bill Bergey passed away this past year. Mm-hmm. Was a strong part of that. Those late 70s, early 80s teams. He was at the 80s Super Bowl and passed away this year. Well, Howie Roseman reaches out to Bergey's family, just a momentum, something they could play for. Like, as they were already playing for themselves, they already had chips on their shoulders and everything like that. We already know the stuff that AJ was doing with the kid that got injured. Like, I think everyone on this team had something like an ulterior thing to drive them to kind of want them to play the way they played a few weeks ago. But that right there I thought that was probably one of the coolest things that we've seen, because I think it's one of the things that makes this organization so special is their connection to the veterans. It doesn't matter if they won, they lost, as long as how they played there, what they stood for while they played here. It's something to really behold when you look at all the other teams around the league. You don't see that connection as much, and I think that's why, a lot of people, we're the most annoying fan base. We're this. It's at the end of the day, I really just think it's jealousy at the end of the day, because just no one is as passionate as we are about our teams. But what do you think about something like that? What Howie Roseman and Zach Bond do to go out to honor somebody like Bill Bergey?
I think that it shows it's the ultimate form of humility and respect, because most of the time current players have no inkling of the history of the team that they play for. The players that played before them, they position. Bond is saying, look, man, I don't want to just be remembered for how I played and what I did. I want to let, Berg and them know, man, I've been a fan well before I came to the Eagles. And it would have been hard to justify this if I didn't play for the Eagles. But because I do, oh my freaking God. It's like, and it goes to show that these even Howie Bozeman, even Bond, and even like A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, those guys in Saquon, they understand, dude, if I only make this moment about me, dude, that's what I've squandered this. I've wasted this. Whereas I'm supposed to use my platform to tell other people's stories. Sometimes people are like, y'all forgot about this dude? Oh, Bond, who? Oh, Bond, what's that? What you wearing? Oh, I'm glad that you asked. Now, hey, Bert, hey, so then you get to deep dive and learn about the family even more, man. And to me, I guarantee you this. Bond seems like the type of guy, he wouldn't have said nothing, had nobody ask him, but you asked him. So, I mean, he's saying, look, they know why I'm wearing it. But now y'all get to know why I'm wearing it. It just makes this, you see, the best teams know each other away from the field. The best teams do. That's why they win. It's like, look, man, Devonta Smith crying on Jalen Hurts' shoulder lets him know, man, I love you, man. Like, I really, really, because that's what Jalen told him in the locker room. Hey, we gonna win this thing. What? We gonna win this. But I don't care.
I don't know if you've seen it on like the the lead up. CJ got every single one of his teammates their high school football.
Yes, yeah, I saw that. Yes,
that's what kind of the thing we're talking about. These guys are more than just a team. They're a family now. They average like the sixth youngest roster in the league, and we were just talking about it beforehand. The potential of this team going on a run, I think really leans on just being healthy and just having things continue to go the way that they did this past season.
The Eagles understand this, man. We are the most talented football players on the planet. And that we are one of 32 teams where any team can beat you on any given day. If we don't understand that it's going to take more than the X's and the O's and execution, dude, we're going to have to know each other. Know each other to the point where when I know what makes you tick, that way when I yell at you on the field, you ain't taking it personal. I'm yelling at what you told me you do this for. You told me you play for this. You told me you do this for that. So when I really know each other, if I'm a senior in college and my freshman's Chris Lee, he's 18 years old, fresh out of high school. His biggest decision up until that point was, do I wear, a bow tie and a cummerbund or a tie to the prom? Now he's starting in the SEC. So when my head coach comes to me and say, True, I come into my senior year, and obviously I want to have a good year. But my coach realized, hey, man, I know you worked extremely hard to become a starter. But this is when I need you to be the most unselfish. I need you to protect that young. And if he's saying this to me as a sophomore or junior, I'm going to fight him. Man, coach, I didn't say, well, I got you, coach. Because I didn't realize that by becoming a great teammate, boy, you got a chance to become a great player. It will not happen the other way around. If I'm Saquon Barkley is a great teammate. You see what type of player he is? The proof is in the pudding. You see what type of teammate Jalen Hurts is? Look at how player is. So for me, when I hear these players saying, when Jalen does what he does, and Chauncey said, look, man, I want these dudes to remember me. Meaning, most teammates, most friends ain't your teammates, and most teammates ain't your friends. Sometimes we just play with each other. These guys are friends, man. Which I think makes it even more rare because they're at each other's house on, to get a meal. They going out with each other. They know each other's kid. When a kid walk in a facility, he's running up to you. Instantly become an uncle when I'm great friends with your dad. It's bigger than blood. So to me, that's why the Eagles, and that's something you cannot manipulate. You cannot force. Sirianni can't make him do that. Roseman can't make him do that. Fangio, Coach Fangio, now Kellen Moore is gone. That's something that Jalen Hurts said, look, man, I've been on championship teams or competed for championships. This is what we did. And they said, well, how did you do that? Man, talk to each other, laugh with each other, joke with each other, cry with each other if we got to. Because if this is what it takes to win that, let's do it. And the more you do it, the more you realize Jalen probably the one told AJ, well, if you read so much, why don't you read on the side? Somebody told AJ of significance, man, read on the sideline. Why you AJ freaking Brown? What are they going to do, take the book out your hand? No. So it's no coincidence that the best teams have the best culture, they have the best camaraderie, and they really, really love each other. And those are the type of things with men that we don't do. Like, man, I love my family. Well, it's your family too. And the more you love these boys, listen, no, let me start. It starts with respect. First, I respect you. But then, I love that dude. Why? Because I thought he played football for the money. And the best quote was, what did AJ Brown say? Yeah, everybody thought I was a diva. Everybody thought I was this, right? Now just make sure you listen. Y'all was all wrong about me, but just make sure you remember this. I'm a champ. It's like, to me, he had to say that because that lets you know, I hear you. I hear what you say about me. Y'all are so far from the truth. Because if it was all about stats, if it was really all about stats, I wouldn't have cared if I won. I want to have big numbers. And that's not throwing shade at no previous Eagle, future Eagle. He said, bruh, I'm a contributor. I want to contribute to my team. And if that means, but man, y'all, like I said, Netflix is all over this right now. They already told Nick Sirianni, Harry World, hey, we got exclusive rights. I don't know if they're gonna call it Fly Eagles Fly, Go Birds, whatever they're gonna call it. I just want a front row seat because when that comes out, Steven, just imagine what we know. They're gonna show us what we didn't know. This is what y'all didn't know. You're gonna be like, what? They did this. Christmas albums with remember when Jason Kelsey left, what you gonna do at center? Hasn't missed beat. Cause that's culture. I would say this. Kansas City used to have the best culture in football. Now, it's in Philly. It ain't even close. Because culture wins championships, people. You don't believe me? N'Kobe Dean, where was he at? He got hurt. Boom. Right? Graham, he got hurt. Remember Nolan Smith? Boom. Right? I'm just saying, the best coaches can withstand off the field stuff, controversy, and most importantly, injuries. And they can still win it. And Philly had this stuff that they had to deal with. But when AJ Brown in the Super Bowl coming off the sideline yelling something Nick Sirianni because they ain't getting the ball, who pulled him to the side? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Only coach can do that, man. Because usually Chauncey's the one they pulling. So, hey, y'all, Steven, like I say, if you want to emulate culture, watch what Philly does. Because no, you ain't got the players. But before you get the players, you better get the culture right. And who is the glue to the culture? Jalen Hurts. Both sides of the ball and special teams.
I think it's Jalen, but I think people still underestimate how Nick gets them guys up to play for each other.
He's a winner, man. Nick Sirianni, he's brash, he's bold, he's fiery, right? But he doesn't do more than he has to do. He don't call plays. I got a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. Now I can hear every play coming through. How much better of a coach am I when all I'm doing is facilitating? Why am I hiring assistants if I'm gonna oversee them? I want to, and I'm for those. Listen, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, for people that do that, if it works, it works. I'm not saying for Nick Sirianni said, "Look, man, I'm gonna call the practices. I'm gonna oversee the practices. I'm gonna run the practices. But the less I do as a coach, the more I get to know my players. I get to know them. I get to go holler at them. And like I say, man, Nick Sirianni, man, he was crying. He like, dude, I just won a Super Bowl in Philly. And people don't say, why is that significant? When John Gruden won the Super Bowl in Tampa, when he had the Fires Coaches Association, where was that at? USF? Where is USF at? In Tampa. He has a house right now in Tampa. Because in Tampa, he's a god. He's the truth. Not in Oakland. Or not in Vegas. And so what I see Nick Sirianni, a guy who did it the Philly way. Not nobody. Listen, we do it like this. Howie Roseman, who told Nick Sirianni, boy, trust what I'm doing with these players, boy. I'm going player after player after player. But I got white cornerbacks. Balling. Me. Somewhere Jason Sehorn is like, what the? Because Jason Sehorn killed it for every white cornerback ever that came behind him. No, I'm just saying, when I did it with
you have a Hall of Fame career like that, man. Jason Sehorn was something different, but I just think it's funny because, like, just the way you see everyone talking about, Blankenship and Cooper DeJean right now, it's just like we found the, Howie Roseman found the Holy Grail because Blankenship was an undrafted free agent.
Toledo and Iowa. Think about this. Where you gonna get them from? Toledo, Iowa. Who? My cornerbacks. You're getting and one of them white. What the? Wait, what? No, hold on no. Just imagine these conversations. I'm getting a cornerback from Toledo. All we know about Toledo is you say "holy" in front of it. Holy Toledo. You don't know where it is. And now you got the. Let me tell you something. Shout out to the pivot. Shout out to the Channing and Ryan and Fred T. They got Cooper on there, right? They got Cooper on there. Cooper is a dog, people. Cooper can play. Blankenship, he's locked down on the other side. Like dude, I wish you would throw it. And what you doing is, listen, Blankenship, DeJean, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean. They rookies. They on their rookie deals. Are we serious?
And this is what I'm saying. Most of these guys are under contract for 3 years or more. So again, I'm not. They have to do it before I'll say the D word. They have to do it first. If they repeat, then I'll start sitting there saying the D word. But until then, I mean, I don't know if it's like the Philadelphian in me, just like we're not willing to admit that this is possible. But I mean, I do think they have the talent. I think they probably have one of the deeper rosters in the NFL. I mean, like we just talked about, Nakobe Dean went down and boom, the next guy steps up. Then even the guy behind Orrin Burns was Jeremiah Trotter. Like, they have guys after guys.
I forgot about Trotter, man. Let me tell you what y'all are. Before you can become a dynasty, you have to do one thing first. You have to be the standard. And they are. The Eagles are the standard right now. And the reason why they are the standard is, yes, they won the Super Bowl, but this is Super Bowl number 2 with the same quarterback. Because when San Francisco went to 2 Super Bowls, they did it with 2 different ones. Purdy, and Garoppolo. So for me, y'all
back in the day, forget about that. They did it with Montana and Young too.
Man, yeah, this is why Philly is a standard. We won. We've been to 3 Super Bowls. Won the first one with a backup quarterback because obviously you got and we shut down a dynasty. Boop. That go Tom Brady. Tom Brady goes to Tampa. And who does he win the Super Bowl get? Kansas City. He beat Patrick Mahomes to let Patrick Mahomes. I'm not just handing over this crown. Okay, cool. Kansas City start going on their run. Who runs into him? Philly. Hell of a game. Great game. Came up short. Field goal short. Most of the time people go, that's it. No. To everybody that didn't like Jalen Hurts, it validated what you thought about him. But if you knew he was him, you're like, dude, keep watching. How do we invalidate a Super Bowl loser? Anyway, so Jalen Hurts comes back. This is what really invalidated. This is what everybody thought the end of Jalen Hurts was. The collapse in 2023. Oh my God. What happened? Jalen said it's cool.
Defense was terrible.
He's cool. Yeah, he's cool. But here's the thing. What makes Jalen Hurts is I have to play in Philly, dude, which means I have to grow up in Philly. As a full-blown adult and a professional. Most people can't do that. Most basketball players didn't want to play in LA when Kobe was alive because Kobe ain't gonna let you slide. No, dude, we want to win chips over here, right? I think that's the thing about Philly now. If Jalen Hurts comes to the set, man, I want to win championships. Yeah, but what you mean you want to win championships? Dude, you know why I played in college, dude? Like, stop playing. I played for the GOAT coach, man. Because as much as people want to talk about Ohio State and Michigan and Georgia, ain't none of them got more chips than Nick Saban in Alabama together. I'm talking about the current coaches, not all together, not combined. So I think that when I think about the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts saying, listen, I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collected, but I'm him. And look, I'm him in a different way. Like, we get so caught up in how many, once again, what did he say? Cam Newton, I wouldn't trade my MVP for a Super Bowl ring. You're not telling the truth. I'm not gonna call you a lot. You're not being truthful. Because Jalen Hurts is saying, I may never win a Super Bowl. I may never win a regular season MVP because I know regular season MVPs might not even make the playoffs. And he had a great season. Listen. First team All-Pro quarterbacks don't even win the MVP no more. They go to the second team. Well, Jalen Hurts said I was second team All-Pro, but y'all wasn't giving it to me. So let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get what needs no voting. That's what I'm not gonna get y'all votes. I'm not a fan favorite, baby. I had to win over my own fan base. I had to win over Philly. They will boo you here, not because they don't like you, because I know what I'm looking at. So Jalen said, I'm gonna take it out of y'all hands. Y'all voters and y'all love certain players. I'm not gonna dye my hair blonde like Joe Burrow did. I'm not gonna do that. Right? I'm not gonna negotiate my own contract like Lamar Jackson did. I'm not gonna do that. Right? I don't got the Power Drive and DDT tables in Buffalo like they do it. I don't got to do that. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles starting quarterback, so I am the first of my kind to start game one, finish the season, and win the Super Bowl. Nick Foles did it, but he did it, in a robber role. I am Batman, and I did it. And Donovan, Jaws, Vic, Barkley, and I'm talking about the quarterback Barkley, Vince Young, Randall Cunningham. When y'all sit down with Jalen and ask him, man, what is it like? Oh man, where my cheesesteak at? Cheesesteak at? Give me a cheesesteak and I might talk to you. I'm just Jalen Hurts is, and he got his own commercial. Jalen Hurts scares the NFL to death because as much as I like Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes, and Justin Herbert, and Jared Goff, none of them could have done it in Philly because you got to be built a certain way. Nothing against them. They would have eaten Patrick Mahomes up in Philly just by his personality. I think Lamar Jackson could have been a Philadelphia Eagle because how he's built. But
I just think at this point, you can clearly see what listen, obviously, you would like Jalen to have those pretty numbers and things like that. I think what makes him, we already talked about the clutch thing and everything. His mental is, I think, one of the reasons why Team Jordan went and reached out to him a few years ago and got him on board.
Yep.
And we already starting to see. I just think that he has a mentality that is built kind of like your Kobe Bryant, like your Michael Jordan. That it doesn't matter what you do to him, what you say to him, how you doubt him, what you do to tear him down. He is so mentally strong. It doesn't even reach his ears.
Bryce Young won the Heisman at Alabama. Mac Jones went undefeated and threw to the Heisman Trophy winning Devonta Smith. Right? Tua was the one that lit it on fire. I want to say A.J. McCarron at Alabama won 3 national championships. Right? You got all these players. They're going to say, hey, Nick, why ain't none of your quarterbacks ever been that good in the NFL and won a Super Bowl? I don't know. I thought it was going to be A.J. McCarron. I thought it was going to be, Tua. I thought it was going to be Mac Jones, first-round pick. Tua, first-round pick. Bryce Young, the number 1 overall pick, won the Heisman. It's going to be Jalen. The guy that left? Yeah. Why? Because while he did leave, he did it with class. He never made waves. Notice that? I'm 26-2. You're gonna bench me after the first half of a national championship? Okay. And Tua did throw the game winner to Devonta Smith, right? So cool. But Jalen said, look, I'm gonna just wait my time. I'm not gonna make waves, but I'm gonna have to make them question what they call elite. Because that's what because he goes, okay. So if we're going around the room with all these quarterbacks, right? They're gonna say, stand up if you got a Super Bowl. Stand up if you got a Super Bowl. There go Patrick. There go Matthew Stafford. There go Jalen. And that's the list. That's the whole whole National Football League. There go your Super Bowl winners. Then they're gonna say, okay. That's cute. Stand up if you got a Super Bowl. Sit down if you don't got a Super Bowl. If you don't got Super Bowl MVP. Patrick still standing. Jalen still standing. Oh, okay. Sit down if you dethrone the dynasty. Patrick Mahomes got to sit down. I'm telling. Listen, Jalen Hurts is coming, and he's doing it the right way. I got a guy that I can hand the ball off to. I can utilize my legs. I got an offensive line. I got dynamic receivers. I got a dynamic young defense. Philly ain't going nowhere.
Don't forget he's got a top 5 tight end too.
Now let me tell you something. Now this is what would piss me off, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Myles Garrett to me would be the gem for the Philadelphia Eagles if they can get him. This is who if they got him, it would piss me off. But I think Kyle Pitts is with the wrong birds. If Kyle Pitts comes to Philly, I'm not watching.
Atlanta will never.
No. Here's the thing. But they gotta listen, because what could Atlanta get for Kyle Pitts? Because people saying, Ben, how do you know you telling me that Kyle Pitts at the right spot would be balling? Ask Saquon. Ask Saquon what a different address does for you, because Atlanta don't know how to use him. His best year was his rookie year with Matt Ryan. Love Michael Penix. I don't know what the hell Kirk Cousins. I don't know how the hell he came to Atlanta. I'm telling you, listen, I love Dallas. And I'm not saying Dallas won't stay there. Not, because people say, well, why are you talking about? Because when Philly won their first Super Bowl, they had Brent Selleck, what's his guy? Zach Ertz, Trey Burton, which means I need 2. If I got 3, that's a bonus. Kyle Pitts people say, well, Ben, why is that important? Where's Kyle Pitts from? He's from Philly. Listen, he is from Philadelphia. I'm just telling y'all, Kyle, listen, I love you, Kyle Pitts. We both played tight end, both went to Florida, both won them 84. I am nothing like you as a player. You are a freaking mute. I just think that you got to feel those calls, Steven, because Atlanta needs a lot of help. They don't really utilize Kyle. Let me say this right. If it's breaking news, Kyle Pitts is a Philadelphia Eagle, we doing a show that day. I said, Steven, we doing a show right now. No, we need to do it right. We can now. No, I'm just saying because Philly is becoming the new destination for veterans with incredible talent getting underutilized where they at. Yeah. So we'll see. But I mean, Harry wrote he don't need my help.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I definitely have a couple things in mind. When it comes down to this offseason, my first priority is bringing back Mekhi Becton and bringing back Zach Bond. If we're able to get that cherry on top and make a deal like a Myles Garrett, or even as you're pitching here, the Eagles talking to the Atlanta Falcons and seeing about ripping him out of there, because I think Dallas Goedert's contract's up next season. So
I'm just saying, you want to listen.
It would make sense.
Howie already wants to have the future in the building already, because he does on defense. Bond will be back. They will make that work, right? Because Nakobe Dean is going in the year 3. Nakobe Dean has been in the NFL like 3 years, or whatever it's been, right? Didn't even play his rookie year. Was on special team.
That's what I'm saying. This is the third year.
So you got Nakobe. You got all these guys on rookie deals, right? And let me tell you what Howie does a good job of taking care of his veterans. How did he do that? He gave Devonta Smith a contract extension before the season. He gave A.J. Brown a contract extension from what he's meant. I'm just saying, people are willing to take, and I mean this respectfully, people are willing to take less to win. They want to, if I'm going to be winning.
Obviously, look at what happened last year. Everyone forgets that Josh Sweat restructured his contract, so he stayed here.
You remember, y'all? You remember that guy? What was his name? The guy that got shipped to the Jets. What's his name? Reddick. You don't even talk about him.
Well, no. Listen, Hassan gambled big and lost, and I think we lost even more too, because not only do you lose that production, but then you go and bring in a guy who was basically a third down edge rusher and Huff, and Nolan Smith took him right off the field.
I mean, listen.
That was a waste of money right there.
But let me tell you something. Any player that thinks without him we won't make it, you lost your mind. Reddick was the best pass rusher until he wasn't, because he's not here. He won the Super Bowl without you, right? And I just think that the way y'all orchestrate y'all team is just incredible, man. Y'all are, listen, dynasty or not, y'all are the standard, because in order to have a dynasty, you must have a beginning. Well, the beginning started a couple of years back when you lost in the Super Bowl, and now you came back and won. I beat the team that you want to beat. The team, everybody wants to beat the team that beat them. Everybody wants. I want to fight the guy that beat me. If I'm a boxer, I want the rematch because he knocked me out. I want to knock him out. If it's a trilogy, it's a trilogy. But I want to say that I was good enough to beat him. Not only did you win, you dominated. This was. Oh, they beat.
Here's the thing I want to ask you.
No.
Do you think the Eagles and Chiefs could be the Cowboys and Steelers?
Yes, I do.
This generation.
Because let me tell you something. Patrick Mahomes ain't going away quietly to the night, people.
Oh no, he's definitely not.
It's only so many teams. Let me tell you something. It's only so many teams and players that can beat him. Well, Philly is that team. Philly is the team that can beat him, and they did. And they got a player who can match his production during that game. See, it's how do I play the day that I play? Well, the one thing that Jalen Hurts can do that Patrick Mahomes can't do is run the ball. And he scores touchdowns. And he got the tush push or the brotherly shove or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, Kansas City, I hope Kansas City don't want to go quietly to the night because Philly say, hey, bro, we here. The players on the team, some of them are too young to understand the magnitude of what the hell they just did. They're too young to get it. But as they're walking around, they're going back to their hometown, to their old schools they went to, they saying, bro, like, they said, you won in Philly? Yeah, and y'all beat Kansas City. Yeah. With Patrick Mahomes? Yeah. Wow. No. No, we didn't beat him. We beat the hell out of him. We beat him to sleep. And I think that Kansas City need to know what they were lacking. What are they lacking? O-linemen. Bad. I'm talking about bad. Real bad. Because that game was over because they five up front couldn't block the front four of the Eagles. They just didn't.
It's something we talked about. I told you that moving Feeney from guard to tackle was going to be an issue. And even that, he still had problems, blocking Josh Sweat and things of that nature. So it was having Kansas City rebuild themselves up front is important for them to continue moving forward. I want to get one last one in here before we shut it down on some more of this offseason stuff. Obviously, coaching changes around. What do you think is the worst hire that we've seen? Is it Pete Carroll heading back over to Oakland? Is it Brian Schottenheimer being now the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, being the new puppet down there? Or is Kellen Moore going to the Saints, going to absolutely blow up in his face? I mean, he has probably the worst situation going into. Oakland. Las Vegas still has some nice pieces there that Pete Carroll can play with and things of that nature. He has a good structure in the front office, which I think is very, very important. Mm-hmm. I was very intrigued to see that's who they brought in for the Raiders. But I think the Brian Schottenheimer has to be the worst one just because he has to be in the worst situation.
Yes, it is. It is. Now, Kellen Moore is in a bad situation, but he's in a winnable division. So so what's going to help him is the division is winnable because, Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucks, they've won the last 3 years. Now.
And it goes up and down that division.
Yeah, it does. Now, Brian Schottenheimer is the worst hire because he's the only guy that no one like. Where did he come? Nothing against Brian Schottenheimer, but he wasn't on nobody's list. He wasn't Aaron Glenn. He wasn't Liam Cohen or Ben Johnson. They wasn't waiting on him to get down with the Super Bowl like Kellen Moore. Brian Schottenheimer walked in, told Jerry Jones, whatever you want me to say, whatever you want me to do. I've never been a head coach. I know people probably, people know me because of my daddy, Marty. And you said it. People like, Why didn't Deion Sanders go to the Cowboys? Because he's not a puppet. I don't want to be strung along. I don't want to do a press conference talking about how well the team is doing, and then Jerry Jones come behind me and just run me over with the bus and say, "Oh yeah, we are terrible." Yeah. And here's the thing: Brian Schottenheimer is the worst for two reasons. One, he's a puppet, and two, he's willing to be a part of the circus, because that's what Dallas is. Dallas is a freaking circus. And I know that Brian Schottenheimer went to Florida as a quarterback. I think he was on the '96 national championship team, which crazy to me. But people want to coach in Dallas, but not for the reasons people would think. You want to coach in Dallas because you get a chance to get a lot of notoriety, but you don't want to coach in Dallas for that same reason, because it's like, dude, the most unrealistic expectations in sports happen in Dallas. What are they talking about? Like, dude, most of these players weren't even out the womb yet when y'all was winning championships, right? And now, look at what's happened. In your division, the Giants have won 2 Super Bowls, right? Philly, 2 Super Bowls, right? Philly has gone to 3. The Giants have been to 2, right? And I think for Dallas, the worst thing you want is the winner to come from your division. You don't want it to happen, because that is like, right? And I'm just saying, Schottenheimer, number one, I don't think Schottenheimer to me is going to probably be like a Gerard Mayo, or what I'm saying, like an Antonio Pierce. I don't think he's going to be there long. Either he's gonna get fired because of the record, or he's gonna force himself out saying, "Dude, what the hell? I told you, Jerry Jones just sit in a dark room. He's a crypt keeper, man. He's the Tales from the Crypt dude. He's really him." Dallas. When it comes to branding, there is no bigger brand in sports than Dallas Cowboys. Their brand is, but outside of that, outside of the branding, the star, Jerry's world. It ain't much to talk about. It really, really not. I'm going to tell you something. This won't happen. But Jerry Jones is going to do something to where Micah Parsons is no longer going to want to be a Dallas Cowboy. And Howie Roseman is going to fight like hell to make him an Eagle. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, because I think the thing about it is, that's what we're not talking about with Saquon. I get to see the team in my division every year that said I wasn't that good. Because that's what they thought. So Michael Parsons, who has his own podcast, I don't know if Michael Parsons be drinking, he be saying some crazy stuff. Like he got a lot of Jerry Jones in him. Like, what the hell are you talking about? But I just know that the Dallas Cowboys, while they're good for theater, while they're good for conversation, that's about it. I mean, because I forgot that Ezekiel Elliott even played for them last year. It was the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, if the Philadelphia Eagles need to reload, which they will, if the Kansas City Chiefs need a new O-line, which they will get, the Dallas Cowboys, who the hell gonna stop the run? They can't stop the run to save their life. I'm talking. That's with Michael Parsons. That's with Trevon Diggs and all those guys. So for me, the Dallas Cowboys, I'm not a Cowboys fan, never been one. Used to love Troy Aikman, used to love Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin and those guys back in the day, Deion Sanders and those guys. But outside of that, I'm like Stephen A. Smith. I love when the Cowboys lose, not for the players, but for the fans. The greatest naive fan in the world roots for the Cowboys. And I mean that with a passion. If you're going to be late to work, if your kid going to be late to school, if you need an excuse, call a Cowboys fan. They got the greatest excuses in the world. Now, the first excuse they're going to tell you is just tell your boss, wait till next year. No. We can't tell. No, that doesn't. No. I'm talking about, listen. If you're looking for an excuse store, it's in Dallas, Fort Worth. It's called Jerry's World. Just go in there. And they got excuse soup, they got excuse cereal, they got excuse ice cream, they got excuse soda, they got excuse Kool-Aid. Because they the greatest. Yes, I know this is coming from a Falcons fan. I get it. But we don't make excuses. With Atlanta, we Atlanta. The reason is we Atlanta. That's it. That's all you got to know. So if you're looking for an excuse or somebody to blame the Cowboys. But if you're looking for an excuse, go ask a Cowboys fan, player, former coach, head coach. Because when they asked Michael Irvin, the great Michael Irvin, what is it going to take for Brian Schottenheimer to win a Super Bowl and win, he says he needs God. That's what he said. He needs God to come down from the heavens and listen and put on the uniform. You know, put on the
I think
uniform.
what he's asking for that is he's asking for God to come take Jerry from Jerry's world to his world.
He might. Listen, he might.
That's the only thing that's going to save the Dallas Cowboys organization.
Listen, the Dallas
Jerry Jones
Cowboys.
passing away.
Let me tell you something. You know how crazy it is if you went to journalism school to college, you always wanted to be a journalist, and you're from Dallas, and then you get hired to do journalism in Dallas. You get hired by the Cowboys, and your job is to interview Jerry Jones every day. Like Jerry Jones is doing interviews today. Like with no football, he does an interview every day. I mean, you know, Jerry Jones took a half a thing of salt and poured it on a freaking like sausage biscuit. I'm just saying, it's the Cowboys, man. Like we talk about the Cowboys, like the Cowboys wouldn't know what to do if they were in an NFC Championship game. Like, what is this? Oh, we get to play in this. But you know who they're gonna be playing if that happens? The Eagles, and the Eagles gonna shut it down. See, ain't that crazy? You finally make it, and Jalen Hurts say this is crazy, right? But when they snap the ball off, that's real life, right? So y'all live in perception. The perception is the Dallas Cowboys are a player away, an offseason away, a coach away. So if you were a coach away, why you hire Brian Schottenheimer? Because you don't care. If you're a player away, why don't you go get you some players? You're not gonna do it. If you are an offseason away, how many offseasons has it been since the 90s? That's a lot of offseasons, ain't it?
30 some odd years.
So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's gonna be great for conversation, but I know a 5'5" man that can dunk. That's not the norm. I can't take a random 5'5" guy and say, go give me a windmill. And to me, that's what the Dallas Cowboys are. They are the exception. They don't want to abide by the rules. The rule is, can you win enough games in the regular season to either win your division or be a wild card team, win enough games in the wild card round of the division round to make it to the NFC Championship game to then win that and win the Super Bowl? Hell no. They can't do all that. Listen. After the game, I don't know what Jalen Hurts does. I don't know what Devonta Smith does. I don't know what Jalen Carter does, or Nolan Smith, or AJ Brown. I bet you they ain't doing videos, making a music video. Trevon Diggs did that. Michael Parsons and them, they doing it. No, CeeDee Lamb and Trevon Diggs, after a loss, did a music video. I mean, they out here like this. They blinked up, and I'm like this. Y'all could, I'm just saying. So when you ask where your priorities at, remember Odell Beckham Jr. before a playoff game, him and his friends went down to Miami with their shirts off and Timberland boots on. What the hell you got Timberland boots on in Miami for? It's hot as hell. Anyway, with Jason Bieber, I'm just Bieber and all that. I'm just telling you, get your priorities right. You got a shot to win. We're gonna talk about the Cowboys because it's fun, you know. But outside of that, Michael Parsons. Just call Saquon up. Hey, Saquon, man, what is it like? Hey, bro, you went to Penn State, right? Yeah. But just imagine Penn State, but, like, better. Like, for real? Hey, listen, man, I got to go. Why? Because we got to have a real game plan. We really try to win our games. Oh, y'all really try to win? Yeah. What is that like? I got to go. So, hey,
Mike is just frustrated at this point. You've seen it on the season. He on the sideline, he's beside himself. I think
he should be.
I think you're right. He might not be there, but I don't know if he winds up here.
Well, if he doesn't wind up here, it's because Michael Parsons gonna cost a lot of money. I'm talking about.
I think
like
reason right there.
Yeah, I mean, when Michael Parsons signs, he's gonna be the highest paid player in NFL history for a defensive player, and he's earned it. But Michael realizes this. I got my money, I got my fame, I got my podcast, I got my notoriety. You know what I'm saying? I got my platform. But do we losing? Like, and that's the thing, right? No one tells a player how much losing sucks until you come a pro. Because in college you lose, but you know, I'm a student athlete, so I want to win, but it's different. This ain't my job.
Yeah.
When it's your job, and you sit
One
there.
more thing I wanted to get on you before we get off this. I don't know if you've seen it, but you remember Bullygate, right?
Yes.
You seen the reports over the last few days?
No, what's been going on? Talk to me.
Oh, he's recanted a story that Richie Incognito never bullied him. He never believed it was he was bullied. It was basically Martin's mom and the PR team spinning it. So Richie Incognito has been all over social media, absolutely burying Adam Scheffler.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I don't like about Martin allowing his family to do that. When all this was going on, Martin was a culprit. He wasn't. He was going along with it, and in the meantime, Richie Incognito, right?
His career was ruined.
Yeah, man. I mean, because number one, man, let me tell you something. You don't play with it. Racism is real in this country. I will never call somebody a racist if they're not. But I'm definitely not going to let somebody be accused of being that. And I'm the culprit. I'm like, wait. All Martin had to do was say, no, man, that's ridiculous. Because now, remember when Pouncey was saying, what? Remember when Pouncey was coming at Richie Incognito? And now it's like, they coming at Pouncey. No, bro, let me tell you something, man. Martin should be ashamed of himself for this reason. You understand the ramifications of what that done to that man's reputation. Probably even now, future, opportunities, money opportunities, and to just sit on it. It took you a long freaking time for your conscience to come, right? And Adam Scheffler, let me tell you something. You didn't report that right, you should get in trouble too. Don't say Martin family. And the reason why I say that is this. When I was no longer with the Titans, I was with the Titans. Vince Young hadn't been there that long. I don't know if it was rookie season or second year. A report came out, man, like he was having suicidal thoughts, right? Come to find out that wasn't true. His mom was trying to get in contact with him and called Coach Jeff Fisher, telling him, I can't get in contact with Vince. I think now Jeff Fisher is in a compromised situation because I got a report. I can't keep this under wraps because if it comes out, long story short, that is disrespectful. Number one, Richie, man, I apologize because I drank the Kool-Aid too. We so quick to believe reports without getting the facts. So I apologize to you, Richie Incognito, because now he was a nasty player, but I didn't think he was that. I'm like, what? He was a nasty player the way he played. And he still, because he played with Buffalo, he played with the Raiders, he played with the Dolphins. Martin, man, really, man. Number one, coming out and saying that ain't enough. Nope, you're gonna have to do more than that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to listen. What do we do now in life? Exclusives. So give somebody an exclusive. Nothing is off limits. Listen, and we don't want to hear about your career. F that. I want to hear about this. Martin, man, what you doing, man? Like, why would you do? And let me tell you something. To everybody, including people like myself who has something to say about Richie Incognito, y'all need to come on. Let's come. Let's get it.
I agree. I think everyone needs to come out and, like you were sitting there saying, like, I think we needed to go old school. Have Jim Rome sit down, have Martin on one side, Richie on the other side, and just get it out.
Yes. Be a grown. Listen. Let's be an example to not just the sports world, but the whole world, and how, as grown men, when we make dumb decisions, we can sit down in front of each other and try to hash it out. And no matter what comes from it, it's like when Magic Johnson interviewed Isaiah Thomas, who they was real good friends, and then because of basketball, they were best friends. And they stopped talking to each other. Like, shut it down. They sat down in front of each other and said, listen, man, I apologize. Cry. That, because you know how it is, Steven, man. We don't get but so many opportunities in life to really show people who I really am. Not that it matters. Martin, that's the least you can do for Richie Incognito. Because to let that nasty, awful narrative go on about this man for all everywhere he goes when his name comes up and they Google him, oh man, you did, and him. And so Richie, to all the people that you told you didn't do this to, that was calling you this, you are vindicated, sir. And I want to apologize. And to anybody, I'm not apologizing for nobody else, though. To anybody else that has something to say, to Stephen A. Smiths, the Shannon Sharps, Jeff Saturdays, anybody on national television, the Herm Edwards, is all y'all, Adam Schefter. Really? You need to be saying something too, man. And NFL, Y'all need to be saying stuff too. Roger Goodell. Y'all
Somebody
need to be
better
saying
pay
stuff
him.
too.
That's all I gotta say. Somebody better pay that.
Listen. And listen, Martin, get that man some moolah. Oh, I don't want to give him no money.
You know the money that he was fighting from the league to make sure he got. Yeah, I think
the money that he lost. So yeah, I'ma always listen. If I said something that I was out of pocket, I'ma always come back and say I'm sorry. Doesn't mean that the person I was out of pocket about is gonna forgive me, but I'm gonna let him, man, I was out of pocket. We don't do that. But Martin, come on, bro. Like, because once again, when it comes to the false narratives about professional football players, that's why they think that way. That's why they think we all like Antonio Brown. We all like a Martin who will let a false. I got a conscience, bro. I'm calling a press conference. Hey, because I can't do that, man. Listen, if I don't like a person, I'm gonna tell them. I'm not gonna tell the media. But if a person is being ridiculed about something that happened between me and him, no. I can kill this right now. You are the horse. So use your mouth. What they say, straight from the horse's mouth. Come on, Martin. And listen, don't try to protect your family members now. Because they show as hell didn't care about Richie Incognito. That's crazy, man. And who was the coach at the time? What's his name? That came from Green Bay. I can't remember his name. But that's nonsense. We need to do better. And we will do better. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's something that should have never happened. It's sad that where I'm sitting there watching basically Richie post everyone from NFL PPF and things of that nature and tagging Adam. Like it's Adam's the one that ran with it, but also the NFL did a report that was basically nonsense too. So I mean, there's a couple sides of this that it's rough, but like we were just talking about, just get it out. Rip the Band-Aid off, rip the scab off. We were wrong, and fix it.
Yeah, because so former NFL lineman Richie Incognito lashes out on social media after Dolphins bullying scandal resurfaces. Number one, the word bully is a triggering word for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. But then when you start getting into it, then don't throw that word around to try to make people give you sympathy, man. Well, that's not even true. It's like you using that. And I'm not going to use other words that people use, but come on, man. There are real victims of bullying out there who you make it look like a mockery. I mean, when he bullied me, did he bully you? No. Did he say racial epithets? No. So why would you? Man, it felt good to get some sympathy. What the? Stop it, man. Stop it.
All right. Well, let's revisit this next week, because obviously I don't feel like this is something that's gonna go away immediately.
Oh yeah. We're gonna keep talking about it. I'm looking at it right now where it say Jonathan Martin walks back Richie Incognito bullying allegations that rocked NFL. Yeah. Well, and look, let me give Jonathan Martin this. At least you are doing the right thing while you and this man are still alive. So let me give you credit for that. But that's just the start, youngin. You're going to have to – you started it. Let's finish it. And I like what you said, Steven. Y'all sit down in front of each other. If you can lie on my name like that, man, be man enough to stand in front of me. The same way – and we was in the freaking – we both old linemen, man. Really? Man, stop it.
That's supposed to be his brother, right?
Like I said earlier, right? All our friends and our teammates show us hell and our friends. So,
lots of stuff going on in the NFL. Obviously, the ending of the coaching rehiring process for each of the teams. We're gonna figure out who's gonna fall where, what, when, and why. And our most fun part of the time is about to hit up because the draft is coming too.
Let's do it. And listen, whatever honorary Eagles player, coach get to stand on that podium, have your moment. And please troll the Dallas Cowboys fans and the Giants fans now. Well, really, you're gonna troll them all, but Dallas.
Listen, I think the way this all season is going, the way the last handful of years are going, the Eagles fans have taken a lot of stuff on the chin the last few years. I think we're going to have to deal with at least a good full season of a good portion of the Philadelphia Eagles fan base being absolutely insufferable, and I'm all for it.
I'm about to say, I said, listen, at least if an Eagles fan is insufferable, but it's warranted.
Yeah.
Dallas. I don't get it. Man, you know how good we are? No, I don't. You know what we gonna do this offseason? No, I don't. We gonna what? We gonna make headlines. You gonna make headlines. We gonna win. You gonna win some games, but you might listen. Right now, y'all competing for bottom feeders in the NFC East, and that's between y'all and the Giants. I don't see y'all beating Washington. Sure as hell ain't gonna beat Philly. So, congratulations on winning headlines that don't matter.
Exactly. We're gonna put an end to this one. Another fun one in the books. Hopefully, we'll reach back out to Vinny, see if we can get him on here at some point in time over the next few weeks. This should be a fun one. Either way, we'll be back here, same time, same place. Make sure you're checking us out here on the JB Sports Network that is powered by Just Blaze Clothing. Make sure you guys are giving us a follow, like, subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. X the whole nine. Make sure you guys are showing Ben some love as well on his social media platforms. And we'll be back next week, folks. Peace out.